So It's funny that the last game we talked about was Sonic Boom Wii U because no, well, I might as well get this done. I don't know if it was the next game I played, but Sonic Boom 3DS was. I played that version as well, and I got quite a lot more time with this one because I played all the levels they had. With the Wii U version, you could only play one of the levels that were selected there, and you had to like go off and whatnot. But anyways, I played the 3DS version, and it was actually pretty solid. It's more true to the classics in a way, but it's also more of its own thing. Like, it feels like Sonic 3 because you have Sonic, Tails, Sticks, and Knuckles. No Amy this time around, which is kind of interesting, but from what we know, the plot is that Amy's kidnapped by Lyric, the main villain of Sonic Boom, but we don't really know much about the plot other than that right at this moment in time, but basically the game plays as a side-scroller, and unlike the Wii U version, you have a kind of it's not a boost button per se, but it speeds you up quite a bit, and you use it quite a bit to get to places easier. And why it's like Sonic 3 is because in that game you had Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, which all had their own they all felt fast, but they all had their different features to them, like Sonic had the elemental shields and had the insta shield and all that and was the fastest. Tails was able to fly and was like the easy mode of the game. Knuckles could glide, climb up walls, and break through rocks and stuff. And that's what they're trying to do here, because you have Sonic. Well, you have all four characters that go at a pretty good speed, and they all have their different abilities. Like Sonic has this little dash thing. I don't know how to explain it, but you dash through the air and you go through these little block things to different areas and whatnot. It's also helpful to reach high places. Tails, he can kind of fly, but not to the extent of the other games. Like, it's kind of weird because you have these currents that you had to windy things, whatever they're called, and then you use Tails flying move, and it makes him propel up in the air. You can't fly with Tails normally though, which is kind of odd, but yeah, whatever. It doesn't really hinder the game because it's not made like that. I don't know, but Styx has her boomerang actually, and I've heard it's actually quite a lot like Batman's Batarang in the Batman Arkham series, because oh crap. But anyways, basically you throw the boomerang and you control it where it goes and whatnot, so you move. The camera stays on the boomerang, so you know where it's going at all times. And Knuckles has to dig, and his digging is almost pretty much identical to the Drill Wisp in Colors and Lost World, which is kind of funny because I've heard some people complain that the Wisps, some of them contain abilities that a certain character could use in the past. So with Knuckles, it works the exact same way as the Drill Wisp works. It doesn't have the same drill do kind of thing going on, but it works pretty much the same way, which is nice. they all had the homing attack actually, which is kind of interesting. From what I've heard, they said that they didn't when you switch the character, they didn't want you to have a completely different like gameplay style, I guess. So it was easier for them to just have all the characters use homing attacks, which I don't really mind. I've always enjoyed using the homing attack, and it works fine. I didn't really have an issue with that anywhere, and since you don't really have a combat in this game, other than unlike the Wii U version, you use like homing attacks and stuff, like normal kind of attacks. So the enemies mostly go down in the one hit, I believe, and the game actually feels a lot like a Metroidvania kind of game actually, because like, it's Sonic 3 because of the characters, and Metroidvania because it was huge. The levels. Oh well, I played 3 levels, and the first one I played. Actually, no, it was the second one I played. That was the like big open stage, like which is pretty much going to be the regular stages for the game. Those stages, those are the level I played was massive. Like there was so much to explore. Like I only saw like a fraction of what the level had to offer, because look, there's just so much to explore and do, which is great because Sonic's all about having multiple pathways and whatnot, and it's just great that they're having so much of a exploration factor in this game, and in the Wii U version, which I already explained my thoughts on that game on the Wii U version though. So if you haven't checked out yet, then have a look. Shameless plug, but what was it? I just like that they're having so much. They're making the levels so wide and so much. There's so much to do and find. Like, I'm not sure what they'll do with collectibles in this version, but there was just one part where you have Tails and you have this like submarine thing that shoots missiles, and you had to find an item. I didn't find it, but it felt a lot like Tails' Adventure actually, and because in that game you had this one level where you're in some kind of submarine kind of thing. It felt a bit like that, I guess. It was interesting to say the least. I like that they have it like that they're putting different ideas into the game, and it was a pretty enjoyable experience for me, and I think this game feels it feels really close to the final product, which they said they're almost done with the game, so yeah. I think they're pretty much just like probably just fixing a few bugs and stuff right now, I guess. But yeah, that was not the first level I played though. The first level I played was the Styx rival race. Maybe a few of you may have seen it before, but basically, you're racing against Styx, the Badger, and it feels a lot like a Sonic Rivals race. And the run button is your friend here, because if you don't use that button, you're gonna lose, and I actually did. I wasn't used to the controls. I had no idea how the game played yet, so I got my butt like owned. I got pretty close, but yeah, I did like how fast paced that stage was. Like the normal level I played, that was fast paced enough, but this stage was like, it's a race, so it's obviously going to be more fast paced, But it felt a lot like Rivals in terms of like it's like level design and just in general, really. Not in a bad way. I don't know how to explain it. It just works with the style. I don't know how else to put it, really. It just it's fast paced and it feels thrilling, and there's a few alternate passes, not as much as like the normal stages, but they have a few here and there, which is nice. And the last stage I played was a level where you basically have the worm kind of thing, and it's like the running stages in the Wii U version where you have like a set path and you quick step on to the other pathways and stuff. It's pretty self-explanatory. You basically it runs on its own, and you quick step and avoid like obstacles and stuff and collect rings. I got all the rings, and I'm the only one who I have seen that has done that so far. I haven't seen anyone who's gotten all the rings. Nothing happened, but maybe in the final version, well, it's probably just to get a good score, but I don't know. Maybe they'll have a ranking system, but I kind of doubt it, because this game is so different. So I don't think that would be very fair, to be honest. But you know, what's actually kind of funny is that the guy that was there said to me that people playing the game, they were stuck on a level for like 20 to 30 minutes, and I was the first guy that was able to beat it relatively quickly, which is kind of funny because you know me, I'm a huge Sonic fan, so yeah, and I can get adjusted to things pretty quickly. I think I need some more practice with the Wii U version, but with the 3DS version, the sticks level kind of killed. I was still learning things a lot there, but it does work really, really well, and again, it feels really close to the final product. And what more can I say, really? I really like what they're doing with this game. I hope it doesn't go the route Lost World 3DS did. I don't hate that game as much as most people, but it's not really good either. It's alright, but I don't know. It's just alright, I guess. The 3DS version of Lost World, anyway. I love the Wii U version, but that's a story for another time. Yeah, there's not much else for me to say. I'm really looking forward to this version, and the Wii U version, of course. And I'm just excited to see what they have in store in the 3DS version, because we've seen a lot about the Wii U version, but we haven't. The 3DS version was in in the corner, I guess you could say, for the longest time, and only just now have we seen. Well, not just now, but a little bit before E3 was where we saw the 3DS version, and actually it feels really solid. And again, I can't wait for the final product. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So yeah, those are my thoughts. What do you guys think? And with that, I'll see you guys in the next impressions video. So yeah, not much else to say. So I'll see you guys then.